Merry meet and year. This whole figuring out who we are thing, this individuation thing, no one said it was easy. Jung tells us that for the first half of our lives, we're not ourselves. How about that? We are instead who we are shaped to be by external influences. People, society, culture, expectations. Scott Jeffrey explains that well in his blog site. He said, "We all start out as a collective. As we grow, our family, friends, school, religion, and culture shape our personality. The Taoists call this personality the acquired mind, as we acquire it through our environment. In the external world, this environment is conventional, as in conventional rules or conventional society. The conventional code holds specific guidelines of what we should believe, what things mean, and how we should behave. This conventional outer world has structure and order. But within us is an entirely different world. And this inner world, for most of us, is as chaotic as ocean waves during a storm. Both Freud and Jung called this undifferentiated chaos the unconscious. The unconscious, we could say, is everything within us that falls outside of our conscious awareness. Everything we don't know or can't observe within ourselves. While we want to believe we're conscious of most of our thoughts, feelings, actions, and behaviors, well, all evidence suggests otherwise. We are, in truth, mostly unconscious beings. In the beginning, we are mostly asleep. Society conditions our consciousness, and so we remain unconsciousness to our true self for at least the first half of life. What do you think about that? I'm not too sure about Scott's comment about our being unconscious for the first half of our lives. Some do undertake a journey into their unconscious earlier than that, and some remain clueless in the second half of their life as well as they were in the first half of their life. It's a matter of where our personal journey takes us, which is why my lead-in to the reflection of the day was that introduction on the idea of consciousness. My reflection for the day is actually one of my favorite poems by one of my favorite poets. And the poem is Mary Oliver's The Journey. This is about the moment, whether we're halfway through our life or later in our life, or for some of us, circumstances bring us to that place early in life, when we just get a moment of, aside from everything out there, this is who I am, and, well, this is what I owe that. The Journey by Mary Oliver. I wonder how many of you know it. I know some of you probably know it well. One day, you finally knew what you had to do and began. Though the voices around you kept shouting their bad advice, though the whole house began to tremble and you felt the old tug at your ankles. Mend my life, each voice cried. But you didn't stop. You knew what you had to do, though the wind pried with its stiff fingers all the very foundations. Though their melancholy was terrible. It was already late enough, and a wild night, and the road full of fallen branches and stones. But little by little, as you left their voices behind, the stars began to burn through sheets of clouds, and there was a new voice which you slowly recognized as your own. that kept you company as you strode deeper and deeper into the world, determined to do the only thing you could do, determined to save the only life you could save. Where are you in your journey to you? In this season of Imbolc, I wish you mirth and reverence. Right part.